Welcome back. In this we are going to understand what exactly the security groups. Security group act as a firewall for your EC2 machine. So whatever the traffic coming in and coming out of the EC2 machine, all the traffic is controlled by the security group. Let's go with the demo and see how exactly the security group work. So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a EC2 instance. So let me create a EC2 instance and let me give a name security group demo. Here I'm going with the Amazon Linux. I'm going with the default option. I'm selecting the Amazon Linux 2023 instance type. Again, I'm going with the free tier, eligibility to micro. In the key pair, we have one of the key pair. I'm going to use that key pair, and here we have the network setting where we can select our security group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the default security group, and I'm not going to update any of the traffic, not the inbound, not the outbound. Here we have the storage option, so I'm just going with the default. Okay, let me click on the instance. So here my instance is in the process of creating, and if I go to the security, here I have the security group. So let me click on this. Let me open it in a new tab, and here is the security group. Now if I go to the outbound rule, here I am going to see all the traffic is allowed at the moment, and if I go to the inbound, there is one traffic which is unable at the moment, which is port number 22, so that I can log into my machine. Let me go and log into my machine. So this is the public IP which I am going to use in order to log in. Let me see my key pair is here or not. So yes, I have my key pair here, and let me log into my machine, and the command for that is ssh-i, then the key pair name, then the default username, and then the public IP. Here I am able to log into my machine because here in the security group, if I go to the security group, here we have the port number 22 enable, and because of that I am able to log into my machine. Let me click on exit from here, and let me go to edit inbound rule, the security group which is connected to my machine, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the default one, save rule. The security group which is attached to my machine, currently it has no inbound rule. Earlier there was port number 22, and because of that I was able to log into my machine. Now let me go with the same command and try to log into the machine. Here I am not able to log into my machine. Let's wait for the error message to come. Here we have the error message, that is SSH connect to the host, this port number 22, operation timeout. I'm not able to log into my machine. Now let me go back to the security group. Let me go to the edit inbound rule, add rule, and I'm going to add the same rule SSH, which is port number 22, and here in the source I'm going to select anywhere at the moment. So 000. Let me save this one. If I'm going to see in the inbound, I have one of the rule which is allowing SSH access to the machine. Let me try to log in. Great, I'm able to log into my machine. Now let me do one more thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to install a web server on this, and let's see if we are able to connect to the web server from the outside world or not. So the command is sudo yum install httpd -y. It is going to install Apache, sudo service httpd start. Now here I am going to start the httpd service. Now if I am going to do the curl http local host, I'm able to get the reply at work. Okay, let's see the same thing from the outside world. Here I have my instance, and this is the public IP of my instance. Let me grab the public IP. Let me go to the internet, and let's paste the IP here, and let's try to see whether we are able to connect to this or not. See, we are not able to connect from the outside world. And why we are not able to connect? Because in the security group we have not allowed port number 80. Let me go to my security group one more time. Here is my security group which is connected to my machine. Edit, add rule, and here I'm going to add HTTP port number 80, and again this is going to be open for the world. Save rule. Let's see. Let me refresh this one. It work. We are able to log in, or we are able to connect to the web server from the outside world. So this is how security group work. We have more thing. Let me go to the security group. Here we have the security group, and let me create a new security group. So here I can give a name. Let me give something like web server. In the description we can add our description: allow access to internet. Here we need to select the VPC. As of now we don't have any other VPC. We are using the default VPC, so we are going to go with the default VPC only. Here we have the inbound and the outbound rule. Now in the inbound I'm going to allow port HTTP 000 created. Let me see. Yes, we have this thing, the security group already created. All traffic is there, and in the inbound we have this HTTP. Now let me go to my EC2 console. So this is my EC2 console where I have one of the server running. Here it is. Let me select this one. Let me go to the action. Let me go to the security, change security group. Here I have the option to attach a new security group. So the security group which we have just created, web server, add. Now I have two security group attached to this machine. Security. See, we have two security group attached to the machine. So that means we can attach multiple security group to a single EC2 instance, and we can attach a single security group to multiple machines as well. And we can edit the rule. If we want to search, we can search for the rule as well, like port number 80. Or let's suppose I want to see if the custom port is there, 9090. No, the custom port is not there. So this is going to help me in filter the result as well.